Really nice time at the bakery. It's nice to be here at the last thing. I don't know where I'm going to play after this.
The bakery was created by Artrage. Artrage is an organisation that's been around since the early 80s and has always really been about trying to stimulate and support a really wide array of local culture. When this was set up, there was nothing happening really through Northbridge or down this end of Northbridge.
No, this end of Northbridge was a dead zone.
Yeah, so it really brought a lot of life to this end.
In the bakery's case, the state government decided that they would instruct Western Power to sell the land, and so they sold the land underneath Artrage, who've been running the venue. It's going to be a very difficult venue to replace, and I can't see private enterprise replacing a 600 capacity venue in a city in Perth.
You know, the bakery had a good feel because it was a venue. It was, you know, it had a bar, but it wasn't a pub. It was kind of that kind of nice middle, kind of did everything well. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes depending on the style of music, it doesn't work at a pub, or the pub just doesn't want it. So, while there are probably venues of the same capacity, it was because the bakery was so open to different styles that it worked. Yeah.
It's been historically a place where kind of the more unusual or left of centre offerings can be presented in a really welcoming environment. You know, the venue's never had a particularly defined theme of what it does or doesn't do, so things that kind of don't fit in anywhere else have been able to fit here.
She's a sensation, the reason for aviation, and fellas, you got to watch it. When she wind up, she bottom, she go like a rocket. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line. High star skirts a little higher.
It's been fun over this last week, during the last Toast series, that we've had a lot of older crew coming out of the woodwork. To, you know, say goodbye to the venue one last time.
And so we got this kind of massive list together, like crossed off, you know, people that weren't West Australian, knowing that we wanted it to be a kind of local affair, and even put together a dream list of bands that we wanted to reform for the night, a few of which have come to fruition, which is great, like bands like Sex Panther that have had a really long and colourful and sparkly history with the venue. Have, you know, gotten back together, and we've got a few
smelly
people...
history.
Very smelly, yeah.
people can get pretty doom and gloom about situations like this and get all kind of worried in the face of change. And you know, we're actually quite positive about change, especially within, you know, for a venue that's been running for so long. It's kind of about time that it had its day. That's how venues become kind of legendary. You know, venues that keep going for decades and decades and decades become institutions and usually end up being a little bit sad. So it's kind of great to really send the bakery off in style and celebrate all it's been, rather than just, you know, quietly go off with a bit of a sob. This will probably be the last of the, I don't know, kind of grungy, dirty, slightly industrial venues of this size that gets up in the actual city, preparing the way for, I'm sure it will be a very shit apartment tower to take its place.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
behind Metro City.
Yes. Sandwiched between Metro
Yeah.
City and a massive police station.
Yeah, good times,
Yeah.
good times, good times. Good luck to them. Yeah.
You know, I guess people need places to live, but I mean, it's such a loss for Perth. I mean, there's been a few closures recently, you know, with the Fly By Night, you know, which was, you know, an institution in Fremantle, and now the bakery, an institution in Perth. It's really sad.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm of the opinion that more people should live within the city, so like if it's going to be used for anything, like that's a good use for it.
I actually do agree. I think that the actual culture won't shift in the CBD until there's more people living inside of it. And unfortunately, it'll probably only attract one type of person. So as long as they're encouraging a diversity of people through state housing to live in the city, along with all the yuppies that will probably live in here, then that's a good thing. I think culturally, eventually, we will have some form of inner city living and some form of inner city culture.
And I mean, ultimately, it's going to have an effect, you know, akin to a sort of bushfire of like, if enough things close, then something else is going to come in.
Nice metaphor.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, like where there is demand for people to go and see bands or DJs or theatre or galleries or whatever, it's now up to the next person or the next organisation to respond to that.
There is a natural ebb and flow. There's places close down and they'll open up, and this has been happening for a long time. But we've been in the situation in Perth of recent times where things haven't been so bad because of venues like the bakery that have sort of filled a few holes. It's sort of patched over the fact that we don't have good venue development in Perth.
As soon as the venue closes, we're extracting as much as we can out of it to make a mobile venue. Which was actually one of the things that was kind of the idea when we designed the space with the sea containers and stuff, knowing that nothing lasts forever, and so that when we're leaving, we could take a lot of the stuff with us. So you'll probably see a new pop-up venue pop up during the next Fringe World Festival that, if you scratch underneath the new paintwork, we'll probably go like, oh, it's the bakery. Yeah.
Kids are always going to find ways to play, and like just a new venue will come around and it will be your venue. Like, you shouldn't get lost in this whole nostalgia shit, and it's sad that another venue's going, but there'll be another one. Don't worry, dry your tears, get over it.
Thank you so much, everyone. You're going to have an excellent night. I just know it. We're going to do one more song for you, and then we say goodbye. Goodbye, little room.